The Wheel of Time season one to me was, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It was a disappointment. Can I say that? Uh, I never got far in the book series. I only made it like 90 pages in. Like, so basically, like half of episode one, of what episode one covered. That's as far as I got into the book. Uh, Look, man, the Wheel of Time, it had a lot of issues related to budget, related to production design. I think the actors were pretty good, although Maureen's gruff vocal delivery kind of I don't know, it didn't always work for me. Um, Look, what can I say? What can I say? Okay, let me start with the good. Let me go good with something I hate, something I love, something I hate, something I love, something I love, something I hate, something alternate. All right, instead of doing two big chunks of what I love slash what I hate. Because if I start with what I love, people that hate the show are gonna be like, this is stupid, and they're gonna leave. If I start with what I hate, all the fans are gonna be like, hey, get this guy out of here. So gonna alternate the whole time. Okay, what's one thing I love about the show? I love the intro. The Wheel of Time intro is the catchiest intro for a fantasy production since Game of Thrones. The Witcher doesn't even have an intro, it just has flashcards. I can't tell you about Shadow and Bone because I turned that shit off in the first 15 minutes. I just switched it off. Um, okay, Foundation had a pretty Foundation's intro was pretty good, but still, the Wheel of Time was still just better, man. It's just a bop. It's just a bop. It's just a bop. Okay. What's one thing I hate? Nynaeve. I just don't like. I don't like Nynaeve. I'm sorry. Even her name is just. Why are we saying Nynaeve, guys? It's like the book Seven Eves by Neil Stevenson, or the rap artist Niger Nine Ice, or Sense Eight. It sounds like the number nine Eve, like Adam and Eve. That's what it sounds like. It's like a username, not an actual name, bro. It's just so jarring. Just so jarring. Okay? I don't like her character either. I mean, I feel like she's a character that would probably read better, you know. Like reading about a character like that, I think I could get behind, be like, okay, this is cool. You know, strong, gruff female protagonists, generally I find them to read better. Seeing them in live action, I just get annoyed. And to give another example, Katniss Everdeen. The Hunger Games books, I had no problem with Katniss's character. I thought, okay, cool. She's a badass. What you gonna do about it? But seeing Katniss on screen being mean to people, it just put me off, man. It just put me off. And Nynaeve, I just felt like she was always boasting, always bragging, always acting high and mighty, even though she lacked experience, bruh. So I just was not rocking with that. What's one thing I loved? Logain, the guy from Money Heist. Wow, it's already been 4 minutes. I have to speed up. I thought he was cool. I thought he had the Spanish swag. It was very cool. I heard him speak English in Money Heist, and I did think to myself, hey, how would this guy be in an English production? And he was pretty cool. He was pretty cool. So I did like Logain. I thought he was cool. I don't know any book spoilers. I don't know if he becomes bigger or smaller later on. I don't know. But I thought he was very electric. I thought it was very electric. It's one thing I hate. In the very final episode, the army that's showing up from the west, they just send a huge tsunami to kill one little girl. Guys, why? It doesn't make sense. Because that scene doesn't even show that there's a town or anything behind her. You only see the girl on the beach. And behind her is not even like a wasteland. It's just a cliff. So if there's a town on top of the cliff, because that's the only place the town could be, if not at a distance, that's the only place the wave could go. So those ladies were literally channeling, and they channeled a giant tsunami to kill one young girl, one small girl. Was that small girl like the dragon that we heard so much about? Because clearly that guy from earlier in the episode was not. Were they sent to defeat that little girl? Is that little girl like the true main antagonist of the show? She has to be. Otherwise, why did they send a whole tsunami to defeat her? Why did they do that? That did not establish badassery. It just established insanity. What's one thing I like? I like Lan. I keep calling him Lan Zhan after Lan Zhan, the character Lan Zhan from The Untamed. And the character Lan Zhan actually also wears a band around his head. Whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. Lan Zhan actually in The Untamed. Go Google The Untamed, Lan Zhan. Zhan spelled Z-H-A-N. He also has a... That's crazy. I wonder if they're inspired by the same mythical character or something. I always called him Lan Zhan. Just because of Lan, but it could also have been because of the band. Anyways, that guy was really sexy, bro. No homo. Pause! That dude was sexy as hell, bro. And I did like his relationship with Nynaeve. Although Nynaeve's romantic behavior around him was jarring compared to how she acted around everybody else. You know, like even her body language, she would cross her hands in front of her when she was around Lan. But I read body language, and that body language just didn't match up with what I know Nynaeve to be. I like that. What don't I like? Okay, here's another thing I like. I like the sci-fi civilization that we saw from 3,000 years in the past, establishing the Wheel of Time as like this whole cyclical thing, bro. I thought that was really cool. That really expanded the scope. I guess we're going to see that dude again. But you know what that made me think about? I'm just going to say, because I feel like the video is going to just randomly cut off at any point in time. I feel like the Wheel of Time TV show, because I don't know much about the books. I didn't get that far. I feel like the Wheel of Time TV show is just an inferior Avatar, The Last Airbender. You know what I mean? You have this character who's lived numerous past lives. You have all these tribes. And yeah, man, I just feel like it's so inferior, such an inferior Avatar, The Last Airbender. And it makes me feel like the Netflix Avatar, The Last Airbender is just gonna feel like this. I mean, obviously Netflix does better with its production design, but and we can transition towards something I hate now. Which is the clothes that people are wearing. The overall direction. Just picture whenever I see people out in the outdoors in this show, or just any shots of people, they just look clean. It looks like a B movie that I'm watching, bro. When I think about, honestly, Game of Thrones ruined fantasy television. Game of Thrones created a new wave of fantasy television shows, but it also ruined my experience of them, because what always comes to mind when I think of good production design in a fantasy television show or in anything that's a period piece or a medieval setting, I just imagine this one opening shot from an episode of Game of Thrones, and you just saw random people just standing there looking like they had rough days and they looked dirty, and it just looked so authentic. You know what I'm saying? This show looks like a cosplay event. It looks like what's the thing from Hawkeye, man? A LARP. It looks like they're just LARPing, man. It doesn't look like what I'm witnessing is actually happening. The Witcher, I think season 2, I didn't feel that. I didn't get. I talk about jank a lot. And in The Witcher season 1, the seemingly cobbled together production, it endeared me to the show because I kind of had fun watching it. I did not have fun watching this show. I did not get any sense of fun whatsoever. I just got a bunch of super serious, brooding niggas for how many episodes? 8 episodes? Just brooding niggas. Just 8 hours of brooding. No talks, no. They tried to do a song. They tried to do a Yaski, a song. It didn't work. It fell flat from that Tom Maryland guy. Fell flat, even though he was a badass. I did like him. Yeah, man, I think I'm just gonna go along. I'm just gonna name a character now because I'm out of time. Now I'm just gonna name a character. Egwene. I thought she was. Was Egwene's story? Did she have a conclusion that made sense? I feel like the love story between her and Rand really ruined her character. I would have preferred maybe some sexual tension between them rather than this whole shoehorned in love story, because it's gonna be a huge thing in season 2 when Rand is gone, when Moraine tells everyone Rand is dead, and then she's gonna cry. And then when they see each other again, they're gonna reunite, and it's gonna be this whole bullshit love story. Get it out of here, man. Perrin, I thought his whole wolf thing was cool.